Hi team, I'm Dave from Eye in the Sky, and I wanted to show you the capabilities of thermal drones at night, because when you put up a normal visible camera drone in these conditions, all you're going to see is blackness. Out here, to the human eye, there's almost nothing, no movement, no detail, just darkness. But with thermal, the entire landscape changes. So this is us setting up for the search, and this is exactly what we're dealing with. Very limited visibility, very limited light. So as you can see, this is what a drone standard visible camera would look like. And as you can see, there's absolutely nothing. It's blackness. There's no detail, there's no shapes. You can't make out a thing. Now, we do actually have a spotlight on the drone, and when you turn that on, you can start to pick out small areas. But this is the problem. You're only illuminating a very small section at a time. So to actually search a large area like this using just a spotlight, you'd have to slowly scan every part of the ground piece by piece. And in a real search, that's just not practical. It's time consuming, it's inefficient, and it is very, very easy to miss something. So now compare that to this. Suddenly, anything with heat stands out immediately. You're not relying on light anymore, you're detecting temperature. Animals, trees, building, water, even where something has recently been. But, and this is the important part, just because you can see heat doesn't mean you instantly know what you're looking at. This is where people often get it wrong. They think thermal is just about spotting something bright on a screen, when in reality, it's actually about understanding what that heat represents. So let's start with this. Right now, you're looking at a heat signature in a field. If you didn't know what you were looking at, you could easily convince yourself that this might be what you're searching for. This is the dog, it's the right sort of size, it's isolated, and it's not moving. But watch what happens next. As soon as it moves, everything changes. You can now see the height, the body shape, and the way it travels, and you can now tell it's actually a deer. And during the search, we saw multiple deer in the area, so it's always something that we would expect. What we're trying to get across is you're not just identifying a heat source, you're actually reading behavior. How does this heat source move? How fast? How does it carry itself? That's what allows you to rule out things or rule things in. But here's something that can easily catch people out. When the deer gets up and moves away, you can still see exactly where it was lying. This is called residual heat. The ground is basically holding warmth from where the animal had been lying. You might think something is still there, and you could end up focusing on a heat signature that isn't even an animal anymore and wasting a lot of your time. Another key thing we're always looking for is how many heat signatures appear together. If you see that there are two quite close together, that immediately gives you some information, because it's very unlikely to be the dog that you're looking for so close to other wildlife. So here's another heat source, and this is where movement really is important. At first glance, a heat source, low to the ground, near a hedge line, not doing much. But now watch this. The movement, the bouncing, the change of direction, that tells you everything. You can immediately rule it out being a deer or being the dog that you're looking for. As you can see, it's a rabbit. Movement is one of the biggest clues we have. You'll often learn more in a few seconds of movement than you will from a static image, because behavior doesn't lie. So during a search like this, you're constantly scanning and spotting and interpreting. You're asking yourself, does this make sense? Is the size right? Is the movement right? Is it alone, or are there multiple heat sources? And the reality is, most of what you see isn't what you're looking for. It's generally going to be wildlife, or maybe some residual heat sources, or generally just false positives. But during the search, we suddenly see this. Straight away, something feels a little bit different. It's a single heat source on its own. It's positioned right along the hedge line, and the size is exactly what we'd expect. But at this point, because of what we've already told you, we don't jump to any conclusions, but all the signs are there to spend a little bit more time looking at it. It just stands out from everything else we've seen. And then it moves. And this is the moment, the movement, the way it travels, the behavior. That's when you can confidently say, due to the shape of the heat source as well, that that's the dog. It's not just the heat signature, it's the combination of everything. It's the location, the size, the fact it's in isolation, the movement, and that is what now separates it from everything else. And comparing it to everything else, you can now see how easy it is to identify it as a dog. And now we can watch the dog at a distance at night without disturbing or spooking them. And then after that, we can pin the location and we can report back to the owners everything that we've seen. And this is why thermal is such a powerful tool at night. Not because it shows you everything, but because when you understand what you're looking at, it allows you to find what actually matters most. Guys, I'm Dave from Eye in the Sky. I hope you enjoyed this. Please hit like, subscribe, comment if you've got any questions at all. Don't go anywhere, because here are a couple of videos that I think you're going to like. Thanks for your support. See you soon.